There is a liquid you can make at home for under $1 that dissolves any drain clog permanently. Not temporarily, not until the next rainstorm fills your pipes again, permanently. The kind of clog that has your bathroom sink backing up with gray standing water at 7 in the morning. The kind of blockage that sends a jet of raw sewage smell straight into your face every time you try to brush your teeth. The kind of problem that a licensed plumber shows up to fix with a $400 invoice, a truck full of branded chemicals, and a 90-minute job that mostly involves pouring something down your drain that you could have made yourself in 45 seconds. That $400 service call, that $12 bottle of branded drain cleaner from the hardware store shelf, that $800 hydrojetting appointment at the plumbing franchise, all of it is built on one simple assumption, that you will never learn what you are about to learn in the next 15 minutes. 1 cup of a specific compound dissolved in boiling water. That is the entire formula. No special equipment, no protective suit, no professional license required, just chemistry that has existed for over 200 years, sitting in plain sight on a grocery store shelf, priced at less than the cost of a cup of coffee. The drain cleaning industry in the United States alone generates over $3.1 billion in annual revenue. Every dollar of that revenue depends on a single engineered belief: that drain clogs are complicated, that they require professional intervention, that the chemistry involved is dangerous and proprietary and far beyond the capabilities of an ordinary person in an ordinary kitchen. That belief is the product. The drain is just the excuse. And the compound that dismantles that belief completely costs $1 per pound at any grocery store in the world, and has been documented in scientific literature since 1791. This is the story of sodium carbonate, the drain killer that empires used, that industrial chemists confirmed, and that the plumbing industry has spent decades making sure you never connect to the pipe beneath your feet. Welcome to Forbidden Camping. If this knowledge matters to you, hit subscribe and the bell right now. This is where we open the vaults they welded shut. The industry did not bury this solution because it was dangerous. They buried it because it was devastatingly effective, and it cost nothing. The modern plumbing service industry operates on what economists call a recurring failure model. The product does not need to work permanently. It only needs to work long enough that the customer trusts it, pays for it, and then returns 6 to 18 months later when the problem comes back. Every major branded drain cleaner on the market, every thick blue gel, every foaming tablet, every enzyme-based monthly treatment is formulated with this cycle in mind. Active ingredients are selected not for long-term effectiveness, but for controlled temporary effectiveness that keeps the customer dependent on repeat purchases. The Reckitt-Benckiser Group, which owns Lysol, manufactures one of the most recognized drain cleaning brands in North America. Their products retail between $8 and $15 per bottle and treat 1 to 2 clogs. The company recommends monthly maintenance treatments. That recommendation is not based on plumbing science. It is a revenue strategy. An average household with 4 drains following the monthly treatment cycle spends between $48 and $96 per year on a single brand alone. A basic drain snaking service from a licensed plumber costs between $150 and $300. Hydrojetting runs between $350 and $600 per session. A full drain line replacement can exceed $4,000. All of this revenue collapses the moment a homeowner understands that the primary chemistry driving the most stubborn clogs responds completely and permanently to a compound costing $1 per pound. Sodium carbonate cannot be patented. No corporation owns it. No franchise can claim exclusivity, and no licensing arrangement can control its distribution. It is the single most dangerous substance in existence for the drain cleaning economy, not because it burns or corrodes, but because it works too well for too little money. Now let me take you back to where this chemistry begins. Not in a laboratory, but in the ash pits of ancient Egypt more than 5,000 years ago, along the banks of a salt lake called Wadi Natron, 100 kilometers northwest of modern Cairo. Egyptian workers harvesting natron, a mineral crust forming on dried lake beds, noticed that this gray-white powder, dissolved in water and poured over organic material, broke it down with startling efficiency. Animal fat, plant fiber, protein-rich waste, all of it softened, loosened, and dissolved. The air around those lake beds smelled of mineral dust and decay, and yet every clay pipe and stone channel treated with natron solution ran clear by morning. The Egyptians used natron for cleaning stone channels, clearing irrigation ditches clogged with sediment, and treating the clay pipes carrying water into temples and administrative buildings. Natron is, at its chemical core, a naturally occurring hydrated form of sodium carbonate. The priests of Karnak were using sodium carbonate to clear drainage systems 3,000 years before the first plumbing franchise opened its doors. Roman engineers maintaining the aqueducts of imperial cities documented the use of soda ash solutions for clearing organic accumulations inside stone conduits. The Roman text De Aqueductu, written by Water Commissioner Sextus Julius Frontinus around 97 AD, references mineral washing compounds applied seasonally to keep aqueduct channels clear of biological growth and sediment. The compound described matches the chemical profile of sodium carbonate almost precisely. Frontier garrison records describe maintenance workers pouring heated mineral solutions through pipe junctions after each winter season, watching decades of accumulated grease and sediment flush out into the drainage culverts below. These were systematic, documented, institutionalized maintenance protocols built on real-world chemical observation across generations. Jump forward to 1791, where French chemist Nicolas Leblanc published a process for producing sodium carbonate synthetically from common salt, sulfuric acid, and limestone. The implications were immediate and enormous. Within a decade, factories across Britain and France were producing it by the ton, and the price of the compound dropped so dramatically that it moved from industrial workshops directly into domestic households. By the 1840s, housewives across England were using sodium carbonate, sold as washing soda, to clear kitchen drains, dissolve soap scum from stone sinks, and break down grease accumulations inside drain pipes. Victorian household management manuals from the 1860s are explicit about the formula. Mrs. Isabella Beeton's foundational domestic management text recommends hot washing soda solution as the standard treatment for blocked kitchen waste pipes. This was the accepted, documented, standard drain clearing method of the entire Victorian era, applied in millions of households every single week. Then the 20th century arrived and sodium hydroxide, lye, became the active ingredient in the new generation of branded drain cleaners. Lye worked faster on initial application, produced a dramatic reaction that looked impressive in advertisements, and critically, it could be formulated into branded gel products with a premium price tag and a corporate logo. The chemistry that had cleared drains across empires was edged out, not by something better, but by something more profitable. The link to the complete Forbidden Camping Vault is in the description right now. Inside you will find over 12 guides covering everything the industry has buried. The $20 solar water heater energy companies want removed. The earth battery blueprint generating real electricity from two metals and wet soil. The natural wood restoration formula that a $2 billion industry prays you never find. The atmospheric water generator pulling clean drinking water from thin air, and much more. 12 complete guides, zero filler, every page built for immediate action. The link is in the description, but do not go there yet. Because the molecular science behind this $1 compound is the most damning thing you will hear in this entire video. Here is exactly what happens inside your drain pipe at the molecular level. The vast majority of drain clogs are composed of three primary substances: saturated fatty acids from cooking grease and soap residue, protein chains from hair, skin cells, and food particles, and biofilm, the sticky polysaccharide matrix produced by bacterial colonies living on pipe walls. These three materials interlock in a chain structure. The fatty acid deposits form the base layer, coating pipe walls with a hydrophobic film that water slides over without penetrating. Protein chains anchor into that fatty layer and form a mesh across the interior diameter of the pipe. Biofilm fills the gaps, binds the whole structure together, and creates the impenetrable mass that a $12 bottle of drain gel cannot fully reach. Sodium carbonate in hot water solution creates a strongly alkaline environment with a pH between 11 and 12. At that pH, a chemical process called saponification occurs, the direct conversion of fatty acids and triglycerides into water-soluble soap. The fatty base layer of the clog does not just soften, it chemically transforms. It becomes its own cleaning agent, and the entire clog structure built on top of it loses its anchor point simultaneously. A 2018 study published in Environmental Science and Pollution Research confirmed that strongly alkaline solutions above pH 10.5 achieved 94% reduction in fatty acid pipe deposits within 30 minutes at 80 degrees Celsius. The protein matrix broke down by 87% in the same time frame. Biofilm showed 91% cellular disruption under the same alkaline conditions. 91% biofilm disruption in 30 minutes from a compound costing $1 per pound. The leading branded drain gel achieves these results only on fresh minor clogs and only temporarily because the carrier gel cannot maintain sufficient contact with pipe walls for complete saponification on established deposits. Sodium carbonate solution stays liquid, flows deep into the pipe, and maintains its alkaline chemistry through full contact time, reaching the base layer of even mature clogs. Once the fatty acid foundation saponifies and flushes, there is nothing left to anchor new buildup. The clog does not come back because the conditions that allowed it to form have been chemically eliminated. Here is exactly what to do. Step 1. Go to any grocery store and purchase washing soda, which is sodium carbonate. It is sold in the laundry aisle under names like Arm & Hammer Super Washing Soda. A 55-ounce box costs between $4 and $6 and contains enough compound for 15 to 20 full drain treatments. Cost per treatment, approximately $0.30. Step 2, boil 1 full kettle of water, approximately 1.5 to 2 liters. You want the water at or very close to 100 degrees Celsius. The temperature is critical because heat dramatically accelerates the saponification reaction and keeps the solution fluid enough to penetrate deep into the pipe. Step 3, measure 1 cup, approximately 230 grams, of washing soda powder directly into the drain opening. Pour the dry powder in first, so it sits as close to the clog material as possible before the liquid arrives. Step 4, slowly pour the full kettle of near boiling water directly down the drain on top of the powder. You will see slight bubbling at the drain surface as the alkaline solution begins saponifying the fatty deposits. This is the molecular conversion happening in real time inside your pipe. Step 5, do not use the drain for a minimum of 30 minutes. 1 hour is ideal for severe or long-established clogs. The contact time is the single most important factor in the treatment's effectiveness. Let the chemistry work undisturbed. Step 6, after the contact period, flush with the hottest tap water available for 2 full minutes. This carries the saponified material, now water-soluble soap, completely out of the pipe. For heavily blocked drains, repeat this process twice, 24 hours apart. For routine prevention, use half a cup of washing soda with a full kettle of hot water once every 4 to 6 weeks. Total annual maintenance cost for a household with 4 drains, approximately $3. One critical safety note, never mix washing soda with vinegar or acidic cleaners. The acid-base neutralization destroys the alkalinity you need and renders both compounds inert. And unlike sodium hydroxide-based products, sodium carbonate is safe for all pipe materials, including PVC, copper, cast iron, and ABS plastic. Now you know what every licensed plumber knows and what no plumbing franchise will ever put on an instruction card. You know the $400 service call is optional. You know the $12 bottle of branded drain gel is a temporary solution by design. You know that the chemistry clearing the drainage channels of Roman bath complexes, documented in peer-reviewed journals as the most effective organic deposit remover tested, costs $1 per treatment and sits in your grocery store laundry aisle right now. The $3.1 billion drain cleaning industry never lost this knowledge. They simply had no financial incentive to share it. A homeowner who knows about washing soda never calls a plumber for a clog again. Share this video with every homeowner who has ever paid a plumber for a blocked drain. Subscribe if you want to keep cracking open the vaults that billion-dollar industries have spent decades sealing shut. The next vault opens soon, and what is inside makes this one look like a warm-up.